being in sync. It's so good to see you all. It's a little chilly today here in California. And today we are talking about confidence and habits, creating habits. So for those of you who are new here, this is a 30-day challenge to create a new resonance for yourself. And this is really how confidence builds inner stability. And, with everything that's going on in our world, we need to bring more kindness to our environment. And so you're building confidence by being kind. Hello, good to see you. So the challenge is this. Every single day you are committing to one act of kindness that is done from the heart space. When you are in your heart, you're not attached to outcomes. So whatever you're doing it because you're listening to your inner wisdom. You're not planning methodically about what kind of act you're going to do today or tomorrow. Every day you're in the moment. You're doing one act of kindness every single day. And then you're coming back on here and you're publicly telling others what kind act you did. Now, why are you doing that? You are doing that because when we share our good acts of kindness from the heart, it expands our potentials, right? And so why are we doing even that? Because we want to expand our potentials into unity consciousness, okay? Why do we even want to do that? Because that's a higher timeline, number one. Number two, it is your commitment to be in alignment with the laws of one. And why do you want to send that message out? Because that aligns you to higher quality potentials. So when we're talking about manifestation, that's what you're doing. Now, when confident people are acting and doing acts of kindness, they do it all the time. Truly confident people do act. They don't have to tell everybody. And this isn't about you telling everybody. It's really about you being in alignment with the consciousness of sharing and supporting others. So today we are talking about, hello, good to see you here. Today we're talking about building confidence and the habits. Now, most people are habitual, but they're not habitual in the ways that support their growth in inner stability. So for those of you who are in the government shutdown and you might be here watching this video, most people who witness what they call confidence is usually overinflated ego and arrogance. I'll just go ahead and go for a reach there. And true confidence is usually really, truly humble, clear, and direct. So people who are confident will be doing acts of kindness from their heart on a regular basis to build that inner stability within you. So the reason why I started this whole process is because most of the people that were commenting on the videos in the past year, there's been a pattern and a theme of low self-esteem, low confidence, loneliness, and really self-deprecating thoughts. And the way to counteract that is to build inner stability and greater confidence. And so when we are doing acts of kindness from our heart, it changes how we feel about ourselves. It changes how we perceive our potentials. It changes how we interact with the world. Now, it doesn't change other people. It changes you. You want to change from the inside out, remembering that the inner world is what creates the outer reality. Okay. I'm not commenting on politics here. So if you want to talk politics, please, go somewhere else. Okay. Thank you. Okay. So, hey, Amit, is that you? It's been a while. Okay, so building habits that align with confidence require you knowing what habits you have. Are you aware? Do you have awareness? And if you don't, this is a good place to start by becoming aware of what habits you do have. So for example, I'm drinking a coffee. Is this a habit? Yes. Do I like to drink my coffee when I'm doing these live streams? Yeah, that would be a habit. Now, is this in support of the direction I want to go in my life? Some might say no, some might say yes, but I will say it is for today until it's not. So if I noticed this habit had some detrimental effects that I was aware of, then I would shift it. Okay? So I'm just using that as a simple example. What are other habits I have? Oh, I drink tea first thing in the morning. I meditate. I pray. What else do I do? I connect. So those are all habits. I do my stretches and all of the things that we do is habitual. Brushing your teeth, your health care, all those things are habitual. So it's when you have habits that are habitual, that are not in support of creating inner strength or creating confidence. That's what you want to look at. But what if you don't know what your habits are? Right? If you don't know what your habits are, that will cause you to be in a deficit of awareness. So you want to increase your awareness of what your habits are. And then once you got a list of your habits, things that you do habitually, for example, like calling your friends or texting or watching the TV shows, then I would ask you to do is to look at your list and ask yourself this question. Of all the things I'm doing, let's just say binging on TV. Maybe you're watching TV shows on Netflix and you're using that as an escape. And maybe escapism is a habit. And for many people, that's true. When you take a moment to pause and ask yourself if these habits are supporting the direction of creating greater confidence, mark the ones that you have that create greater confidence. So maybe use a highlighter or so. When you do that, you will start to see your patterns more clearly. When you see your patterns more clearly, this is what's going to empower you to make more conscious choices. Conscious choices to be kinder to yourself, conscious choices to be kinder to the environment, conscious choices to be in alignment with creating greater confidence. You cannot have true confidence if you have habits that deplete you. They do not work. So you're not going to find a very confident alcoholic. Those two don't go hand in hand. Right? You're not going to find a confident addict. Those do not go hand in hand. So you want to really focus on creating habits that align with confidence. So brushing your teeth would be a habit that makes you feel good about your hygiene, that makes you feel good about yourself. Okay, that's a habit that brings greater confidence. When your teeth are decayed, that doesn't bring confidence. It brings insecurity, right? Because that's really like at the core muscle bones that are deteriorating. So you want to create habits that support confidence. What would be another example of a habit that creates confidence? One, I would say, is increased awareness. Most people who are not confident, they also lack awareness. So I had one client that would fake it till they make it. That was something that they said they would try to do, but all of a sudden they realized that everybody could see through them. So the fake it till you make it wasn't working. And that's because people sense authenticity. They sense alignment. And when you are not aware of how, one, your blind spots, if you're not aware of where your weaknesses are, if you're not aware of what your strengths are, if you don't really truly know yourself, you're going to struggle in gaining confidence. So awareness is something that will help you gain more awareness. That's going to help you build inner strength. Chaos Muse. Very interesting new people here today. Hello. So, to align confidence with your habits. Now, if you're working out and you're excessive, that doesn't mean that it's building confidence, because sometimes there are habits that people have created that are coming from belief systems that are outdated. Archaic. That's the word, archaic. So we want to check our beliefs too. What are my belief systems in relationship to the habits? Am I working out because I want to feel good? I want to have good mobility. I want to feel the vitality within me? Or am I working out because I don't want to be fat? I want to be perceived good looking, or whatever it might be. Or maybe I was talking to a friend the other day and they were talking about their husband or spouse who was obsessed with how they appear. And it could be those types of habits are detrimental. They're detrimental to your thoughts, they're detrimental to your heart and your well-being. And my proposal to shift out of that downward spiral is to bring kindness into your everyday habit. Not kindness by thinking you're kind, kindness by feeling it from your heart. That's zero attachment to outcome, totally giving from the heart space without thinking about how it may be perceived. You're just being kind because that's what you feel is called for in your heart, not because of what you think. And again, I keep on saying this in every single video because people think they're kind and they're wrong. You want to be kind. It's a difference between thinking and embodiment. And we really want to embody kindness because that's a principle of the laws of one. Kindness is a principle of building inner strength. It's a principle of alignment to unity consciousness. So being kind, sharing from your heart, and just watching how your world starts to shift and change. Now, the interesting thing is a lot of people that come on here and watch the videos, and I'm sure you're one of them if you're here, that you think you're kind. How do you know that you're truly kind? How do you know you're kind? How do you know you're being in service to humanity? How do you know your spirit is in alignment with being humble, filled with humility and ease? How do you know? Does it require you do something? No. Does it require you be a particular way? So kindness helps you align to the authenticity within yourself. Chaos Muse. No, thank you, Chaos likes my glasses. Thank you. Hello, Radar. Chaos. No, I think I'm annoying. Well, with a name like Chaos, that's not really the positivity that you're spreading there. So Chaos, why did you choose the name Chaos Muse? Don't we have enough chaos? So think of kindness as feeding what you want to grow. When you are feeding what you want to grow, your life will change. If your name is Chaos Muse, you're going to be feeding chaos because that's what keeps you going. That's feeding you. So you really want to look at language and how you're speaking and how you're embodying kindness is really important. So one of the things that like I have started doing as an act of kindness to myself is I stopped giving my friends advice. And so now if my friends want to know what my thoughts are on something, and this goes even for my husband, wants to know my thoughts or ideas, they have to ask. That's my way of bringing kindness into my own body. Because when I give my thoughts or ideas and people don't reciprocate, I would get hung up on, well, why didn't they respond? People don't respond because they have their own issues. It has nothing to do with me. But that doesn't keep the mind from wondering, oh, is that just normal? Do people normally just do things that are unkind? Yeah, they do. And they think they're being kind when they're not. So don't be one of those people that get stuck in thinking that you're kind. Get stuck in knowing, in your knowingness. You want to be in alignment to your inner spirit, always. And that will show you how kindness expresses. You can't express kindness totally authentically when you're thinking it. Because it's an expression of the heart. And when you're expressing from the heart kindness, it will build your confidence. It will also change the habits that you have because you'll be able to see them. Is this habit I have in alignment with building confidence? Is this habit in alignment with being clear? Is this habit in alignment with the direction I want to go in my life? That's really how you start to change. Hey, Kevin. Wow, it's been too long. How are you? Welcome in. Good to see you, Kevin. We're talking about confidence and habits and how kindness will build confidence. So I started the series, Kevin, from when I met you. Well, I never met you, but since we've been engaged on YouTube here, when I looked at the totality of all the comments and so forth, I wanted to give people access to building inner stability and confidence in a pure way that was guaranteed results. And so if you are committed to building inner confidence, this is a series I highly recommend because in the past 6 days, people have already reported extra blessings in their life. Kevin, what'd you say? You just had, you just got inoculated. Well, I hope that you feel better. I know those things can be quite traumatic on the body, so hopefully you're taking care of yourself, Kevin. Hopefully you're taking care of yourself. Anyway, so we're talking about giving and being kindness from your heart, and that leads to confidence. So what are some habits that you can create that would align to kindness? One is to be intentional, right? That's a really good habit, to be intentional, not just for the day, but every hour. And on my intention setting to synchronicity, I have a whole program on creating intentions. Chaos Muse says, because I thought it would be cool, but everyone is telling me that you're super annoying. Well, if you want to be cool, why don't you change your name to Cool Guy? Kevin says he's helping his friend out with 3 puzzles. Now, Kevin, are you doing that from your heart? Or are you doing it because you think it's a good idea? So this is the shift. Anything exciting happening in my life? Actually, yes. Actually, yes. But I do not dare to share at this time. And here's why. Because when you are creating a container of new things that are occurring, you don't share with everybody. Chaos was the name of my muse before he died. So you are trying to take on an identity of another person, and therein lies the conflict why people would find that annoying, because they're not accessing the real you. Try that one on. And by the way, it's very difficult to be confident when you're trying to embody another identity. And it sounds like you're trying to pay respects to another, but there are other ways that would do it that would help you more and be more in alignment with kindness of that spirit. I understand, but there are other ways that he's saying, Chaos is saying that it was my pet moss, and he did it so he can remember him. But there are other ways to honor your pets than taking on their identity. So I would offer to you, you could do a million other things, but do it in a way that allows you to be your most authentic self and the pet to be their most authentic self. Kevin, my family's doing good. Thank you. Thank you for asking. And good luck on the puzzle. I believe Kevin said he's doing the puzzle because he's blessed. And what I would like you to offer, Kevin, is you to be the blessing. And so when you're doing the puzzles, do the puzzles from your heart and see how that helps your friend more. Chaos says, I can't, I'm sorry. My heart is a rock. Chaos, okay, but if you want to be perceived differently, you got to align to the most authentic self. Okay, so we're talking about building confidence and feeding what you want to grow. And Kevin's saying, when I lost my pet, I think of all the good times with him. Our pets leave imprints on our heart. No other simpler way to say it is that they are spirits that never die. Even when their physical body transitions, their spirit is totally with you. And what I will say is that my dog died, one of my dogs died many years ago, and I still visit with my dog in spirit. And so your spirit is limitless. And if you are struggling with a pet or a person who's died, what I would offer to you is to really look at what your beliefs are in relationship to death and dying, because those beliefs will really need to be addressed. So if you have a belief system that's not working for moving forward in alignment, then you need to change the belief, which a lot of people don't ever change their beliefs. They don't even look at their beliefs. But if you're growing and wanting to evolve, you're going to have to challenge your old beliefs that don't fit you. Siba, I don't know if I'm saying your name right, but thank you. Kevin's saying he thinks of his pet in the good times. Love is life. Good to see you. Thank you for being here. Chaos is saying, I promised my pet. It sounds like you created a vow and a contract with your pet. And those vows and contracts can be canceled when you learn that vow and that contract is not serving your highest capacity of expression. A pet is love. They're pure love. All of our animals are reflections of us and our growth and where we can change, how we can love more, how we can be kind. So, yeah, all animals are sentient beings, I believe. So, how do our animals help us create habits that support kindness and confidence? When we are honoring our animal and doing the things that are needed, like picking up after them, and we're doing it from the heart. So it's not like I have to pick up after my dog. It's I get to pick up after my dog. I have to make my dog treats. No, I get to make my dog treats. Oh, it's time for my dog. My dog needs to be fed. No, my dog gets to be fed. And even having dog sitters who watch my dog, we talked to many, many, many people before we found the one that really, bye chaos, that really gave us peace in our heart. So thank you for those of you who love your animals and treat them like the beautiful spirits that they are. They are always communicating. In fact, my dog has been talking more and more and more. She will definitely communicate, and she will even watch TV now, which is kind of funny. But if she sees a dog on the TV, she will go crazy. She thinks they're in the house. Yeah, Kevin's saying any pet knows when we are upset and gives lots of love. Unfortunately, a lot of people don't know that their animals will take on your burdens energetically, which is why it's really important to, oh, Wendy, good to see you here. It's really important to take full responsibility because your animals will absorb the negative energy in your field. And so you want to take full responsibility for your own energy, and you want your animal to not take on the energy of others. Like I talk to my dog and make sure she doesn't take on the energy of other people. Like, and sometimes we'll be around people that are not well, and they have tried to like send my dog love, if you will. And no, they can love my dog, but they don't need to send my dog anything because they can keep their own energy. We're not supposed to be sending stuff to other people that they did not ask for. And our dogs are so selfless that they will take on the energy of other people if you don't tell them. So if you have an animal, if you're around an animal, tell them not to take on your burdens. Tell them, you have to give them direction, like you tell them when they can eat, when they can't eat, when they can sit and go. You tell them about energy as well. Do not take on the energy when we go out on a walk. Do not, you have to give them direction. And they're so smart and intuitive, they will listen to your guidance because they know you have their best interest. Yeah. So, so tell your animal not to take on your energy and not to take on that of your partner. All of those things. Laxman, you are great to be honest. You are very, I don't know what that word is. Okay, so make that list of your habits, all of them, good, don't judge them, not good or bad, And then look at your habits and see what are the habits that you have that are in support of building greater confidence. What are the habits that you have that are in support of building more kindness in your life? Every single day, kindness from your heart. Good to see you, Kevin. Be well, okay, friend? Be well. And when you're doing kindness from your heart, you will build that inner strength. Every single act that you do from kindness from your heart, not from your head, will build greater inner strength. It will create and permeate your field. And that's what we want to do. We want to open those potentials. So thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you for joining this challenge of bringing more kindness into the world. Oh, good for you. Listening to your body with kindness. Now that's kindness, right? Because we can often judge our pains and our aches and so forth. Like, where's that coming from? And why do I have it? I know I do that. So good for you, Wendy. Good for you. So sometimes being kind, Wendy, is just being present, period. Present with a period. All right, y'all, have a great day. Let me know what you've done, that one act of kindness that you've done each day. If you feel compelled to share it in the comments, share it after I post the video. And I will see you tomorrow. Have a great day. Bye.